Hello guys, it's One Piece Day again. Welcome to my channel, and let's talk about One Piece manga chapter 1044, Warrior of Liberation. The most significant new information pertains to Hiri and Orokai's confrontation, which almost certainly will end in revenge for the Kojiki clan and Luffy being awakened. But before anything else, please click the bell, like, share, and subscribe to my channel, AnimeJack. Thank you. In One Piece chapter 1044, titled Warrior of Liberation, opened with Oven delivers Neji and Yanji to Big Mom's research laboratory. The story content with Luffy speaking, though the perspective specify the sound of drums is getting louder, likely being displayed through a drumming growing in size. He asks himself, what happened, and how he can get up if he had lost before, saying he feels so much fun, and begins laughing. As he speaks, Black Conqueror's hacky lightning bolts, emanating from his body, still in a distant perspective. Then shifts perspective to Zunisha, who is still with the world government ships in the seas near Wano. Momonosuke is also seen here, looking up at the Skull Dome rooftop, visibly upset and trembling. He asks aloud if Joy Boy means Luffy, which prompts Yamato to ask if this is what Zunisha said. At the pleasure hall, where Sanji is asleep on a futon, and being cared for, he suddenly wakes up because he senses something, which is evidently Luffy since he says his captain's name aloud. The live floor shows similar reactions from Hyogoro, Law, Kid, Hyogoro, and Marco. The lattermost tells Nami and Otama that Luffy is still alive and breathing, which the two question in a seemingly happy manner. In Marijoi's, in the Pangaea Castle's room of authority, where the Gorosei meets, one of the Gorosei wonders aloud if their objectives are worth losing a top CP0 agent and upsetting Kaido. The Gorosei with dreadlocks replies that it's well worth it, considering what recent Wano developments may lead to globally. The swordsman Gorosei chimes in here, saying that the world government has tried maintaining control of the gum fruit in every era. Yet somehow, the fruit always gets away. The Gorosei with the large beard and mustache says that it's almost like the gum fruit escapes on its own. The Gorosei, with a spot on his head, says that it's possible since Zoans have a mind of their own, adding that the fruit also has the name of a god. He and the blonde Gorosei then reveal that the true name of the fruit is the mythological Zoan human fruit, model, Nika. As they say this, showing Luffy high in the sky against the full moon. His silhouette is identical to Nika's, excluding the weapons in the latter's hands. The sound of the drums continues, and a close-up on Luffy's silhouetted face makes it clear that he's laughing. The Gorosei continues speaking as the close-up occurs, explaining that the fruit's owner's body has the properties of rubber. They say he can fight in any way he wishes, making people smile wherever he goes. They dub him the Warrior of Liberation, also calling him the Sun God, saying that awakening the fruit gives the user even more strength and freedom. They end by saying that it's hailed as the most ridiculous power in the world. Then returns to the treasure hall, where Orokai is still trapped under the rubble and stabbed with sea prism stone. He begins trying to convince Hiri that he respected and loved Oden too, saying he was used by Kaido. He says they should run away together, asking her to take the needles off before she interrupts him. Hiri reminds Orakai that her father kept his promise. Dancing for 5 years like a fool and believing he and Kaido would uphold their end of the bargain. She continues, saying he endured burning oil and embarrassment, staying happy all the while. This prompts a flashback, where Hiri asks Oden if he's happy with everyone's negative opinions of him. He responds that he is, since he has his family by his side. She says that they should stay together forever, as the flashback ends and fades back into the present. Orakai continues praising Oden. As he praises him, Hiri interrupts, proudly declaring herself a Kojiki clan member and telling him to be silent. She says that even when times were hard, she proudly carried herself as a Kojiki, and calls him a pathetic fool who shouldn't be shogun for even a day. Realizing Hiri's anger, he tries to plead for no revenge, saying it isn't very popular nowadays and that she has no chance of defeating Kaido without him. A tiny version of Kazenbo appears, telling Orakai he failed. The latter then tells him to burn Hiri to death. In a shocking turn of events, Kazenbo instead crawls towards Orakai, igniting him and causing him to burn violently. Hiri looks defiantly at him with tears in her eyes, quoting her mother's words and telling him that the dawn will come. He asks her for help, but she responds by saying that the Kojiki clan always keeps its promises. Returns to the Skull Dome rooftop, where Luffy's silhouette is still seen against the moon. He says he feels like he can do anything he wants, saying his heartbeat sounds so fun, and that this is his highest peak. He calls this new form his Gear 5th. Back on the live floor, a massive blast of Conqueror's Haki comes from the rooftop, followed by the ability's signature black lightning bolts. As Beast Pirate Fodder falls unconscious, Kaido looks worriedly at the roof, wondering what could possibly be up there. Clearly, he's still under the impression Luffy has died. The rooftop begins to crumble as Luffy's arms appear from the hole. They're massive, able to grab a dragon form Kaido wholly around without difficulty. Everyone present looks on in shock, with Chopper even crying tears of joy that his captain is still alive. Luffy easily pulls Kaido up to the roof. He then increases his muscle mass, spinning his dragon opponent around at such speed. Luffy then starts slamming Kaido's body back and forth on the ground, eventually letting go. The latter arises with a bump on his head, clearly dizzying as indicated by the stars surrounding him. He then launches a bolo breath, which causes his opponent to stop laughing and instead look worrisomely at the attack. He's now returned to his normal form, and the shock than Kaido's did. Luffy then grabs the ground with his hands, stretching it and turning it into rubber in the process. The bolo breath hits the ground, but can't destroy it since it's rubber, and merely sits there. He then shifts back into his increased muscle mass form and pulls on the ground, launching the bolo breath back to Kaido. The attack makes contact with its original launcher and explodes, presumably dealing great damage to him. Luffy's body is then seen fully and clearly, with his physical appearance being the same as always. His shirt is now white instead of black, but the leaker emphasizes that fans will see the actual color that Oda gives to the shirt. His hair now looks like flames, and around his neck and arms is a vapor collar seen in Gear 4th form. His eyebrows are now curled, similarly to Sanji's, and his pupils have changed to look similar to those of Im-sama, Zunsha, Mihawk, and Hakuba. As Kaido arises, Luffy laughs non-stop as Gear 5th is officially and formally presented. Kaido apologizes to Luffy for what happened, saying he was stupid and that he didn't want to win like that. Looking at his opponent with a smile and determination on his face, he says not to worry about it, before saying they should end this. That's all for today, Animaniacs. Thanks for watching. See you again next time for another One Piece episode. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for weekly updates.